Hi guys, it's Wolf Sanex, and I'm coming today with not the happy-go-lucky content I really wish that I could provide for everybody, but unfortunately, some videos have been brought to our attention about a user by the name of GothHusky_VR. I have made videos about this person in the past, and I had even stated on stream that, after they had made their apology, which I am in agreement with a friend of mine named Deathy, very weak apology, and no evidence to show that any accountability has really been taken other than they just took money from a battle buddy of mine that provides them with money for their 4 kids to pay back any debt they had to their artists. But videos have come up where GothHusky had been caught being in 2 very not okay groups. One of which being Laughing Coffin, the other being the Royal Furries. Now, a lot of people might not know what these groups are. A lot of people will know what these groups are. We'll start off with Laughing Coffin. Laughing Coffin was a notorious doxing group back in the day, and while I don't know the full story on them, I do know that they were doxing people, causing harm, doxing each other, because everyone was just kind of not agreeing with things, and I guess somewhere down the line that ownership transferred down to an individual by the name of Tech Gangster. And for those who do know who Tech Gangster is, this won't come as a shock to you. Pedophile, PDF, self-admitted as well, as far as I am aware. And GothHusky has been seen in these instances talking with Tech Gangster, and not even in like a not even in like a uncomfortable way, just like a genuine like conversation. I was not there for that instance, so I cannot confirm nor deny if that is what actually was happening, but that is what I have been told while sitting in a call with another one of my friends. As to what the Royal Furries are, I help run a group by the name of Fuzo's Furry Den, and when we had first started kind of getting off of the ground, a lot of users had started coming to us with complaints of an individual by the name of Coda the Wolf. Coda the Wolf apparently had been caught in a lot of trolling videos and, was known at least for that. But a lot of these people were either ex-staff or were part of that group for a while and were really uncomfortable because he was either trying to use his status as a group owner and affiliate with Furry Hideout at the time, as like a way to, I guess, power grab on to people and try to force people to do, ERP with him or whatever. Was also apparently very verbally abusive to his partner, which was caught on film by a YouTube individual. I don't remember the name of, I'd have to go back and look at the video. And had actively tried justifying himself for the things that he was saying to his partner. None of it was justifiable in the slightest. But also a lot of people had come forward explaining how Coda was friends with quite a few people. I believe one of the people was a person by the name of Sonic Oo. That person I'm not too familiar with. All I know is that they are a pedophile themselves. And just like a couple other individuals who I can't remember the name of at this time. Already, that's bad. The Royal Furries had proven to be people who did not care. If you were friends with Coda, I guess your sins were absolved. And I had investigated Coda myself personally, and I had come to find all this out. I had presented the proof and stuff towards the owner of Fuzo's, and then we presented it to the Furry Hideout. I will show that clip of them going through the groups and finding that in its entirety. However, the audio will be cut due to the fact of there's a Spotify ad playing, and we don't want to get, got by the fucking funny green music app. And but if anyone does want the unedited, muted version, I will be happy to provide it. I will also provide the timestamp. That was something that was also provided to show credibility that this wasn't just one instance or another, because Goth Husky tries to claim later that she had left the Laughing Coffin group 2 days prior to that stream, and that was not the case. As you can see, that was the screen recording. It was yesterday, February 10th. And of course, when the individual had gone into the live to ask about why they were in these groups, and had stated, like, they are doxing and pedophile supporting groups, Husky proceeds to try and go, like, a few different avenues that all just fumbled over themselves and contradicted themselves. First, he tries to say, I don't know why you, something along the lines of, I don't know why you expect me to know all the groups that I'm in. I don't keep track of that. Then proceeds later down to say that, or try to say that the whole reason that they knowingly joined that group is because they were getting quote-unquote harassed. Mind you, Husky is almost 30 years old. Either is almost 30 or in their early 30s, and has made a whole big deal beforehand. And if I'm not mistaken, that was mentioned in their video, one of their apology videos or what have you. And if you do go look in Plasma Fur's Google Doc, I think somewhere in there it also brings this up. She, had this really big thing of, she didn't like doxers, she despised them, because she had, quote-unquote, gotten doxed herself, and it was just a really weird, almost kind of switch, almost, that they were just like, oh yeah, Techinster was harassing me and my friends, and the only way he'd stop is if we would join the group. And that was just, it was odd. Yeah, you'll hear it for yourself.
Bastards. Hold up, babe, I won't go back. Hold up. She got the fucking dogs, the match. Bad bitty, the way she fucking next.
G-Man Pluto says, what the oh hell no.
Just too bad. What y'all looking at?
Don't come over here.
Because to be honest, I don't know what all groups I'm in. I can't even tell you what all groups I'm in. Shots to your head and your ugly ass bitch. And I'm about to sell the show, man, I made it now rich. No thoughts, so don't fuck with them strippers. I'ma make it out like a star, big dipper. Green, red stripes on my white Gucci slippers. Yeah, I made all these shit.
Oh, Twink.
Had to be a quitter. Ay, ay. I don't like how they act, but
My question is, why are we going so deep on like my groups and me being a furry and stuff today?
Ever since I dropped cat, I was growing. No idea. Fucking dogs, see some piercings just a match. Bad baby, I just love the way she fucking acts. I'm just in the lakes and she counting on the racks. Ay, 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 yo. I'm going 80 in the whip. Trying to take control, wanna load another clip. Baby, shots at your head and your ugly ass bitch. And I'm about to sell the show, man, I made it now. I'm rich. God's girl and she bad. She got the fucking dogs, see some piercings just a match.
G-Man Pluto says pretty weird question to ask if I don't say so myself.
Like this morning, I got hit with like someone coming at me because I'm a furry.
I don't know why, I don't know why it's such a big deal of what you're doing.
Just yet. Don't you leave just yet.
Well, because they're like, I have a question. Why are you in Laughing Coffin and Royal Furry groups? Okay, well, Royal Furries is because, you know, I'm furry. I'm a furry. And the Laughing Coffin is just because the fact that I ran into, what was his name?
Okay, all right.
That tech gangster. Like, this dude. He kept harassing me and a
Pluto
bunch
says
of my
only
friends.
question is why Laughing Coffin, like, do you even know what Sao
Why are you
is?
in the group?
So, what grades does this person have then?
I don't know. But no, because hold on. Let me go ahead and justify it.
That is a
Hold on.
old name.
Hold on. Let me go ahead and clarify this. The only reason I was in Laughing Coffin's group, that group, is due to the fact that I had tech gangster harassing me and a bunch of my friends. Don't believe me, I was in call with this one right here. Literally him harassing me and my friends, and he wouldn't leave us the fuck alone unless we joined his group. We joined, I meant to leave it. I forgot fucking about it. So like,
Well,
if we gonna
was your reminder, hey, you should leave the group.
I already did. I left that 2 days ago. I left it a minute. But still, like, why are we digging into my groups?
It's in the
G-Man Pluto says okay. It's just when I hear that name I think of the enemy.
No, like, it's Tech Gangster's apparently in that group. Tech Gangster's apparently in that group, and he kept demanding for me and my friends to
Sam
join
says I
it.
don't know any VR groups, so I can't say anything.
So we joined it, and then he finally like walked away. And I just,
You know what I'm gonna do?
I don't even care about it. I forgot about
There
it.
it is.
But I shouldn't have to explain myself, honestly, about any groups that
As you can see in there, sus. Like, just fucking sus. And the one thing that gets me is you're a content creator, right? Like, all content creators, like, we all have to be careful with, you know, who we're associating with and all that and the other. And then what really gets me is if I was a parent, right? I'm not a parent. I don't know anything about parenthood because, you know, I just don't have kids myself. As a parent, however, if I was told that a group I was associating myself with or that I was hanging around with were supporting not great people that actively go after children, I would probably take that pretty seriously and be like, yeah, no, I'm gonna leave just to be on the safe side and, you know, keep myself, my kids, and my community safe. Instead of that, they justify it by saying that, you know, the whole reason they're in the row of furries is, well, they're a furry. Okay, cool, that's not the problem. That's not the reason people are coming to you and explaining, like, hey, you are in these really bad groups, and you're claiming you're wanting to change, you're wanting to do better, you want to prove that you're better than what you were, and yeah, no. What really gets me is the Laughing Coffin group, how I know that Husky is aware of what this group is the fact that they tried to... They explained what that group was, they explained who Tech Gangster was, and then proceeded to try and lie, stating that they had left the group 2 days prior to that live stream. which of course we can see is false. So already, she's lying again. She's trying to make herself look innocent, and it's just not something that someone who wants to change and make sure that they are being held accountable for their stuff is that's not what they do. They don't lie. And then on the Royal Furries thing, not once has anyone, like, really cared if she was a furry or not. Like, literally anyone could give two less than a fuck about if she was a furry. It is the fact that that group is run by a very not savory individual who also associates himself with unsavory individuals and allows said unsavory individuals to be in their instances. And as a parent, not even as a content creator, I would feel like you'd want to make sure that you are not only keeping yourself and your kids safe, but then as a content creator, keeping your community safe. So justifying that and trying to say that the reason people are targeting you on that is just because you're a furry, makes me believe you are very aware of what that group is. I know this is a really long video. Sorry, I know that a lot of people aren't probably going to be, like, sticking around to watch this in its entirety, but I am making sure that everyone is informed and, you know, what have you. Keep fucking Goth Husky, you know, accountable. Like, because clearly she doesn't seem to want to do it herself. And it boggles me that people had, like, in her chat, in that stream, were trying to help defend her by saying it doesn't matter what groups you're in. It does. It very much so does. Because these groups can be harmful to people. And, those people are also not good people in my eyes. And it does hurt because I know two of those people personally. And I'm very disappointed. I'm also just very disappointed in Husky, because this is supposed to be her quote-unquote redemption, and has just proven she does not give two flying fucks about redemption. So, with that, I will end this video. Again, I apologize that it was so long. I'm not one to try and hide shit. I like putting it just out there, when it comes to stuff like this, so people are not misinformed. And yeah, keep Goth Husky _VR fucking accountable. Very, very shady individual. Very, very fucking shady individual. And this is Wolfstain X. I will see you guys later.